So, I will never really be happy. Hello and welcome to another episode of SqEngineering. I'm Sritis, and in today's episode we are continuing with the fuel system. So in between this episode and last episode I was here to drop off some tires for the new wheels, but I also added a coat of flat black on the brackets for the boost solenoid and the ethanol content sensor bracket that I made. What I haven't done is rinse the fuel pump hanger in distilled water after doing the zinc plating, so it looks bad. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can remedy some of that. Otherwise I'll just have to start over again. But I've also bought wheel hangers, so I will mount them here on the pillar behind me, so that I can have the wheels hanging there to be out of harm's way. I can cover them easily with plastic to keep dust away, and I don't just have them on the floor tripping over them and other stuff like that. I've also bought a case with different copper washer and aluminum washers so that we can take care of the fuel feed adapter, which currently temporarily have a copper washer, so I will replace that with an aluminum one. And if I can sort of remedy the fuel pump hanger, then hopefully we can start to run some fuel lines and remove the old hard lines that are installed by me. So I will keep one of them for fuel tank ventilation. You don't want to run without that. I've tried that, and that made the fuel climb out of the filler neck like good. So yeah, I will see what I can do. So yeah, doesn't really look that pretty. I will try the wire brush and see if that can clean it up a bit. So it's starting to look okay. I will well, first I need to improve the size of the holes for the pass-throughs. I will need to rethread that screw, and then there will be a bath of hydrochloric acid, distilled water, and then finally the bath for yellow passivization or yellow chromatation. So we'll see how that ends up. So we are ready to start the treatment. So I have some copper wires just to be able to hold it without actually touching it. I have two of them because this piece does not fit in the buckets that I have. In the first bucket we will use hydrochloric acid, same as I've used before, mixed it. I've also written that we have 15% acid, the rest is distilled water. We have the yellow chromatization fluid, yellow passivization, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have the dangerous chrome molecule, but this will turn it yellow. This will make the part ready to become yellow, so basically open up the pores. Then we have some distilled water. This is what I used before when rinsing off parts after the hydrochloric acid, and I bought some extra just so I can fill one container. So I will fill the acid in one container, the distilled water in the next one. So I will bathe it in here for a bit and then place it here. Some parts will stick up, but can't really do much about that. So while that's taking a nap or whatever in the distilled water, I will return the acid into the canister because I don't like it, and I feel safer having it in the canister. And then I will clean this out, take this fluid, pour it in, lift up my fuel pump hanger, and then do the process in the fluid. And hopefully we will then see something that looks yellow or goldish. I will not heat treat this. I don't see any danger in this remaining. I mean, if I do get hydrogen embrittlement in this, there is not really anything that can destroy the car or make it into a big accident. So I think it's fine. Also, it would take it a while to go through the welds and so on, and there isn't really any load in that way. So yeah, and also we have gloves to protect my skin. We have safety glasses to protect my eyes. Never skip these, especially when you're dealing with acid. Yeah, this decal is wrong, but the canister is of good quality, so it can maintain the acid inside it. So I will get started, and then I will catch you later. The result isn't perfect, but thankfully this will be underneath the car, and I will prioritize getting this back in the car so I can finish the fuel system. Yeah, I will settle with this. So I'm letting it hang dry here. It's looking quite okay on the video, better than in real life. I'm not perfectly happy, but this will have to do. The smaller brackets, not really sure, but they are sort of turning gray. Maybe it's a conflict between the top coat and the primer, but yeah, we will have to continue another day, I guess. Okay, so there were too much music in the garage, and the YouTube algorithm is very good at finding music, so I don't want any copyright infringement. But anyway, we managed to finally get 2 rounds of, or 2 coats of rust protection on the fuel pump hanger, zinc treatment, which took forever, but enough for me to sand down, which is, let's just say, insane. It didn't really turn out shiny like I wanted it to. Not sure why. I will have to experiment a bit more about that, but I sanded it down and added then the yellow chromatation or yellow passivization, and it's drying. I think it's dry now, but yeah, so basically it's ready to have the fuel pump installed and the fuel lines and the bulkhead fittings for AN8 feed and AN6 return, and the post for the power feed as well. Yeah, so hopefully I can do a bit of installation tomorrow. The brackets for the ethanol content sensor and boost solenoid. Something is weird with the primer. I've seen it before. It doesn't happen all the time, but the gray, so it's a zinc, not zinking, zinc primer. And maybe I'm using it wrong, but the top coat becomes grayish. We have some paint on it, so it will be fine. During the winter I might do a yellow passivization and zinc treatment on those as well, but I think we need to sort of move along, because it's time to get my Supra running. So I will stop the insanity painting never-ending loop on those and actually install them with the solenoid and the sensor, so that I can run the fuel lines completely. That will be really nice. You saw me in the previous episode install the adapter to getting AN8 feed to the fuel rail. So basically the fuel line will now go all the way from the fuel filter to the fuel rail. So all the way from the tank to the front of the car, and that's a bit too long, I think. Also, I'm not sure how good I can sort of bend the hose without damaging it. So I might, if you've seen the Supra underneath where the rear subframe connects to the body, we sort of have two 90-degree bends where the fuel lines go and brake lines. I think I will need like some 90-degree hose ends and stuff like that. So some fittings to make it round the edges in a nicer way. We'll see. I also need to cut some metal for the hangers that I've made. So we will tackle that in the next episode. I'm actually really looking forward to the next episode, because we have the possibility to create a complete sealed fuel system. So we will see how that goes. So if you're interested in that, then please remember to subscribe. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.